Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to check it out before watching this one so that you have more context. Also, I do have two donation links down below in the description. Those will take you to official websites where you can support the Ukrainian refugees or Ukraine's military. Thank you all for donating. Thank you all for supporting Ukraine. Now let's jump into the chart. So we are on the weekly chart. This is TradingView. We got the chart from Binance here. And as you can see, we have a huge buy zone over here, anywhere from $2.50 all the way down to $1.45. As you can see, I did give you this a long time ago, but we did drop below and we wicked into this buy zone multiple times. So now this level, $1.45, is our resistance for now. So we had this strong drop from this large falling wedge here, which usually is a bullish pattern. But here we dropped back down all the way down here below a dollar even. And we're consolidating here, consolidation at its finest, good dollar cost averaging opportunity in my opinion right now. If we see another capitulation, as you can see, we have a support level here at 76 cents, almost 77, because this is the high that we printed in October of 2020 when we were starting the bull market. We had this high printed, we had a little pullback to the 20 EMA, and from there we went and we got absolutely overextended. This was a parabolic move all the way up to $15 here, 16 almost. So if you are a believer in Theta and you like the project and you believe in it long term, then this is a good buying opportunity, at least dollar cost averaging opportunity in my opinion, but I'm not a financial advisor by any means. Now, since we are in a bear market right now, it is expected of us to create lower highs. So potentially from this consolidation, you can start breaking to the upside and you can backtest the 20 EMA as resistance here. So you can come up, get rejected from the 20 EMA on the weekly, and then come back down. The red line over here is the 55 EMA. As you can see, you have had rejections off the 20 EMA previously. So this is a good point to take some profits and swing trade potentially. So you sell over here at the 20 EMA retest, and then you buy back in later once you pull back down to a key support level. But if you don't know how to swing trade, I wouldn't risk it. But I do swing trade some of my altcoins and with some of my patrons as well. My Patreon is linked down below in the description. Low cap gem calls, my trade alerts, and anything you want basically is going to be in there. I try to post daily as well. So like I said, target this level here if we see a capitulation, which I do think is coming for Bitcoin, because usually we see a strong drop in Bitcoin before we start recovering and starting the uptrend. Really, you don't usually just consolidate and have the move to the upside, at least not historically. But let's see what happens. No one can predict the future. It's good to have buy limit orders set up in advance. Okay, that's something that I do a lot. And in case you have a capitulation during the night when you're asleep, you can get the orders can get filled up basically, and you don't have to worry about anything. So yeah, like I said, the 20 EMA on the weekly is a major resistance level. Also, I would target this level of resistance over here because we have lost it, which was our support of the falling wedge, which we held since March of last year, but we haven't had the back test of resistance. So potentially what you could do is you can come up, not only back test the 20 EMA as resistance, but also the previous support of the trend of the pattern here. And this could be a double back test of resistance, basically the 20 EMA and the resistance of the falling wedge. So keep that in mind. And jumping into the weekly RSI here, I do want to take a look at that. So we have been consolidating. Ignore the buy zone here. That's for the daily chart. So we have been, really close to the oversold here below the index of 30. We're sitting at the index of 32 here, and this is a good buying opportunity in my opinion. We're simply having a little retracement to the upside, and I do think we're going to eventually come back down. Now switching over to the daily RSI. So as you can see, this buy zone is for the daily RSI. And as you can see, each time we have been in this green zone, you have had a move to the upside. And as you can see, we did enter this zone here in May, and we were here towards the end of May. So this was a good opportunity for you to dollar cost average in. And as you can see, every time we entered this zone, we had a move to the upside every single time. So if we end up coming back down to this zone, anywhere from 34.6 all the way to 26.8 on the daily RSI, that's a good buying opportunity. So have that buy zone on your charts, draw it out. It's very important. Now, zooming into the daily chart here, I do want to show you the fact that we are getting rejected from the 20 EMA on the daily chart here. As you can see, you did have you did go above the 20 EMA, but you can't really solidify above it. You can't really open a candle above it and hold yourself above the 20 EMA, which is quite negative. Here we did have a move towards the end of June to the upside above the 20 EMA, got a little bit overextended, came back down, eventually lost it as support. Obviously, all depends on Bitcoin, but if you see yourself come back down below $10, not $10, $1.10, $1.12, that's usually a good buying opportunity. Now let's switch over to the Binance chart. So switching over to the daily chart on Binance, I do have a Fibonacci retracement here. So this is set up from the swing high here that we had in September and the swing low that we have here in July of last year. So this gave us the 1.618 target at $1.86, and the second fib level here is sitting at $1.25. So these two levels here, in between these levels, this is a good buying opportunity because you never know when the bottom is. It's less risky buying in over here than buying in over here at these overextended prices, if you know what I mean. So even if you buy in right now at $1.10, let's say it goes back down to 95 cents for a brief moment, then it retraces, you still haven't lost anything, and you technically don't lose anything until you sell at a loss, and then you start retracing, and then you potentially can sell at these all-time high prices, which is pretty good in my opinion. We would have some nice gains if that did happen. Now, for future targets, we need to print a bottom, right? We need to print a bottom, and that way we can set up a Fibonacci retracement to get our targets. Now, potentially, we have printed the bottom last month, June. This was the 2.272, 95 cents for Theta, and potentially this is our bottom. Now, let's say it is, okay. From here, we are able to lay down our fibs from the swing low, that potentially, if that was our swing low, to the previous all-time high, and that will give us the 1.618 target at $90 here. Okay, so from where we are right now, that's basically almost a 90x, right? So 7,253%. That's not too shabby, right? I think that's a good trade, and for that we need to break the previous all-time high here. And after you retrace and start doing that, you backtest it as support. That's potentially where you can end up the next bull market. And obviously you do have a lot of resistance to go through before that happens, but still the 1.618 is something that is met almost always. And there's no guarantees obviously in crypto, but that is something that we will be targeting if indeed this is our low. If we start coming back lower to the 2.618, then the low is going to be different. The 1.618 target from there is going to be different. But as you can see, we're trading in this range here in between $1.48 and $1.08. We're just trading in this range up and down, up and down, up and down until you are going to break out either to the upside or to the downside. There is no bias. It all depends on Bitcoin. Keep that in mind. But I would like to see a potentially a back test of resistance of the 1.618 here, because we haven't seen that here, which is at $1.86. So that is something that I'm looking for. That could be potentially our next lower high. Is you break out from this range, you back test this level as resistance here, and then you come back down either to back test this level, or you come down even lower to the 2.618, depending on the pullback that we're going to get with Bitcoin. But yeah, that's really what you do, is you keep printing lower highs with these downtrends here. As you can see, every single move is a lower high. So we have lower high here. Let me get the brush. So you have a high, you have a lower high, you have a lower high, you have a lower high. Potentially you're going to come up here, create another lower high, and then you're going to come back down. and you have lower lows constantly. So you need to break the local highs to be bullish. So for Theta, you would need to break $4.36 really to even consider yourself being bullish. But ideally, you want to break the golden ratio here to at least be almost certain that you're going to retrace to the swing high of the Fib retracement, right? It got a little messy here. I do apologize. So yeah, you need to see key resistance levels broken before you can say that you're bullish. For now, we're not really bullish. Bitcoin doesn't look bullish. The market doesn't look bullish. The news aren't bullish. The sentiment isn't bullish, guys. So don't be, don't be blinded with all the hype. Potentially, the few days of hype that you can get, that's just a bull trap in my opinion. And I do think we're going to see Bitcoin below $20,000 real soon. So thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join me on my Patreon, and feel free to join our Discord server. We do drop in TA over there, and we have a lot of useful resources and information. And feel free to check out the top 5 centralized exchange coins that you need to buy right now. And that video is going to be on your screen. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.